A very warm welcome to today's webinar hosted by Manas360.com, connecting psychologists, psychiatrists, and therapists to specific needs of mental wellness seekers, corporates, educational institutes, and healthcare units. We are delighted to have each one of you with us today at Manas360.com. We are committed to promoting mental well being by creating awareness, encouraging meaningful conversations, and empowering individuals with practical strategies to lead healthier and more balanced lives. Today's session explores a topic that has become increasingly relevant in our digital world. Are you spending more time with your screen than with the people whom you love? As technology becomes an inseparable part of our daily lives, it is important to reflect on how our screen habits influence our relationships, emotional well being, and overall quality of life. In our panel, we have Dr. Sindhuja L, Chair of Clinical Advisory Board of Manas360.com, Venya Lankala, Operation Head of Manas360.com, and myself, Ruchitha, Counseling Psychologist of Manas360.com. Throughout this webinar, we will explore how it affects our connections with family and friends, recognize the signs of unhealthy diets, digital habits, and discuss practical ways to create a healthier balance between the online and offline worlds. Handing over the session to Dr. Sindhuja L, Chair of Clinical Advisory Board of Manas360.com.
So, thank you, Ruchitha. Hello, all. I'm Dr. Sindhuja L. I'm the chair of Clinical Advisory Board, Manas360.com. So, as Ruchitha has started the topic, that is today's topic, the most important topic, that is digital addiction. So, first of all, let's know what is digital addiction. Digital addiction is not just use of screen. It is beyond that. So today we know that in the present world, most of the works needs digital technology. But problem arises when the need for digital exceeds beyond the necessary. That is when somebody takes predominance of it over all the aspects of life. Now let's see what is it basically. So recently, that is in psychiatry, there is something called International Classification of Diseases. So International Classification of Diseases, newer version, that is ICD-11, has considered it as one of the diagnostic entities. That is, it is diagnosed under behavioral addictions. Okay. So now this includes, behavioral addiction includes mainly use of mobiles, use of larger screens, that is, sorry, not use, it's abuse of larger screens. Then it includes gaming, then it includes online gambling disorder, and it also includes pornography. Okay. So when it becomes a problem, so there are two things, that is, one is harmful use and the second one is addiction. Harmful use is any digital usage causing harm, let it be physical harm or mental harm to individual's health. So that is harmful use. But when to call it addiction or dependence? We call something it as dependence. Okay. So one of the criteria is preoccupation. That is preoccupation with the use of digital technology or the screen. Then withdrawal. So when the usage is stopped or made to stop, so there will be symptoms in the form of psychological symptoms like irritability, anger, decreased sleep. Okay. So, and also there is something physical too. That is because of all this dependence, there can be a lot of accidents, there can be a lot of other harmful effects. Then coming to tolerance. So it is explained like when somebody is using this mobiles or screens, let's say for half an hour in the initial stages. So then it goes to 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and then later like hours together. And then That's called tolerance. So increased usage or increased hours of usage, or with the same effects what he or she was getting with half an hour of use, it is now they're not able to get it with the same half an hour of use. Okay, so that is called tolerance. Then there is something called failed attempts to reduce the use. That is, the person would have tried to reduce or stop the usage, but it's not under his control. That is called loss of control. Then, in spite of knowing the consequences, that is the harmful consequences, if a person is continue to using it, so then it becomes a problem. Then the person has reached the addiction level. Coming to what are the effects, that is especially what are the mental effects or the psychological effects of digital addiction. So it extends from sleep issues, anxiety, irritability to depression. Okay, so also there will be, because of this, lot of people, like person gets involved in a lot of conflicts with loved ones. Okay, so then why is this happening? What is the reason for it? So one is when a person starts using it, so at the biological level, so there is something called dopamine surge. That is, so the dopamine, the what we usually call happy hormone, it gets released. So that is how one starts using it. So later on, that becomes dependent. We call something as reward pathways. So this is not just a habit; it's a dependence which is having neurobiological basis. Okay, so what is the population that is at most risk? Is there a single answer for it? No. If you ask me, no. Usually people start blaming children, that my kid is using, always been in mobile, he's always been on screens. But who is responsible for it? Who is responsible is the people who are upbringing them, right? So also, not only the children, it's also the adult population and also the elderly population who are also at risk of this digital addiction. So, in a gist, if we have to treat digital addiction, it has to be targeted to all the population. So here, we, the team of Manas 360, extend support and extend treatment to your digital addictions too. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. So, as our doctor had already told, digital toxicity is not something about spending too much time on screens. It's about unhealthy digital habits that affect our mental well-being, such as doom scrolling, comparison spirals, the fear of missing out, the dopamine-driven scrolling, and even notification anxiety. These patterns can usually leave us very stressed and we feel very distracted, emotionally drained, and less productive. Over time, they may also affect our sleep, our focus, and also our relationships. Healthy digital use is intentional and under our control. Digital use becomes toxic when it starts controlling our attention, emotions, daily life instead of us controlling it. Now, let's look at a short video which addresses 7 critical warning signs of digital addiction at home, 5 actionable steps to set healthy boundaries today, and 5 common mistakes parents make that actually increase conflict and what to do instead.
You bought them the device for education, but now it is consuming them. Welcome to this video on digital addiction, a caregiver's guide for parents of teens and young adults. With 970 million internet connections in India and 85% of households owning a smartphone, the digital age is here. For those aged 15 to 24, social media addiction is directly linked to anxiety, depression, and the stress of cyberbullying. According to the Economic Survey 2025-26, tabled in Parliament, digital addiction has become a national mental health crisis. Recognizing the signs is the first step. If you notice 3 or more of these behaviors persisting for over 2 weeks, it is time to take them seriously. Let's debunk some common myths. Digital addiction isn't just a phase. It's a condition that deepens with age, utilizing the same dopamine pathways as substance addiction. Addressing it early is crucial. Remember, a peaceful home environment is not the same as a healthy one. If you are experiencing constant conflict and exhaustion, please know you are not alone, and there is a way forward. You can take action today. Start by modeling healthy behavior, setting phone-free zones, and replacing screen time with other activities. Use device controls as a family rule, and visit manas360.com for professional guidance. Equally important is knowing what to avoid. Do not take devices away suddenly, spy on their phone, or shame them publicly. These actions can damage trust and escalate the situation. If you are in a crisis, act now. You can reach out to Telemanas, the Nimhans Shut Clinic, or other emergency helplines for immediate support. Your child may not thank you today, but one day they will. Visit manas360.com to begin the journey toward health. Stay tuned for our next video on managing anxiety.
On the screen past midnight, if you see any of 2 of 3 symptoms for 2 weeks, it's not just a phase, it's a crisis. Here, manas360.com is here to help our team of psychologists, psychiatrists, and therapists can guide both parents, teenagers with practical strategies to manage screen use, improve communication, and restore meaningful family connections. Connect with us to schedule a consultation.